Hey guys, so for Tuesday, I'm asking you to create a detailed diagram showing the stages of the eukaryotic cell cycle. And I want you to include images at each stage. So you have to do this by hand. Google has a bunch of diagrams already created, but I want you to create this yourself by hand and include the your results at the bottom here. So I want to go through some options that you have for creating this diagram. But before we do that, first let's go back to the chapter and look at what the stages of the eukaryotic cell cycle are. So if you go back to, I linked it here. If you click on Chapter 5 Reflection and Quiz, you should be able to click on the link and it should take you to Chapter 5. I have Section 1 here, Section 2 here. Section 2 is what you want. And Section 2 is all about the cell cycle. First, this section talks about how our cells made. Kind of breaks it down for you a little bit. Then it talks about prokaryotic cells dividing. How do eukaryotic cells divide? How does the cell cycle work? Right, so this is what you want. You want the cell cycle of the eukaryotic cell. So this is the eukaryotic cell, how it divides, and then right here it lists out the cell cycle of the eukaryotic cell. So this is really what you want. Page 79 is like your reference for this, how you're going to create the diagram. So the cell cycle has 3 stages. The first one is interphase. The second one is mitosis. And then the last one, the third one, is cytokinesis. Stage 2 has 4 phases. So, right, here's stage 1, here's stage 2, except it's broken up into 4 phases. There's phase 1, prophase, phase 2, metaphase, phase 3, anaphase, and phase 4, telophase. So you want to create a chart or a diagram that lists or that shows the stages of the cell cycle, including the phases of mitosis. So you're going to reference this, and there are multiple ways that you could do this. I'm just going to show you one way that you could do it. But if you have another way that you want to do it, go ahead and use that way of doing it. But make sure that you created this diagram yourself, that it's not just something that you pulled from the internet somewhere. So what you want to do is you want to go to Insert Drawing, New, and then you could create your diagram here. I'm going to go to Shapes and go rectangular shape, and I'm just going to create some rectangles for my stages. I have 3 stages, so I'm gonna do Command C, Command V. So I'm just copying and pasting 3 rectangles into my document, into my drawing. And this is where I am going to write my 3 stages. This is interphase here. This is going to be my mitosis, and this one's going to be cytokinesis. Remember, mitosis has 4 phases. So I will do like a different shape for the 4 phases. So maybe I'll do ovals. There's 4 of them. Oops. There we go. And I'm gonna put these down here. I'm just gonna make sure they're spaced out evenly. That looks cool. I could maybe use different colors for you know, the phases. That's if you want to. All right, so I've got that. From there, maybe include some arrows. So I'm just gonna do arrows from one stage to the next. I really like my arrows. All right, that's a good arrow. Copy, paste. I need 6 arrows. Okay. I don't like this arrow. Delete. Delete. This little guy, select, lets you move stuff around. So I just click it and position my arrows. All right. So there's my kind of like the outline of what my diagram is going to look like. And then from there, I want to write in the stages. So I could do a text box and then go, this one's going to be interphase. So I would just write interphase, and then I'm just getting the information straight from the book. Chromosomes are copied, and then need a 2 chrome. This is kind of big. So just make it like 10. All right. Probably bold the interphase. Okay, and then here I would write like mitosis. Mitosis. Let's go here. And then here I could do mitosis phase 1, mitosis phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then cytokinesis here. And then I ask you to include some images. So for this, you could Google interphase, cell cycle, stage 1 interphase, and then go find an image. Here's some images. Some students drew this. This kind of looks cool. Got interphase, prophase, metaphase. So I could let me go back. This is kind of a cool image. I could just I could screenshot this. See how cool images. Whoever drew this did a good job. Right, and then I could go back to my drawing and then click this button for image, and then choose an image to upload. Interphase 1. It uploads it for me. I'm gonna just make it smaller and then put it here for interphase. And then let's go choose an image. Prophase prophase is phase 1 of mitosis. So that one's going to go here, right, and so on. So, right, so that's how you would create your diagram. This is just one way. There's other ways you could do it, but you would just continue on like this, and you'd have prophase is phase 1 of mitosis, and just fill in all the phases of mitosis, fill in the last stage of the cell cycle, and then once you're ready, you click Save and Close, and the diagram will show up in the document. And then you could make it smaller so it's not so overbearing. And that would be this part. That would be it. Okay. When you click on it, it actually will take you back to your drawing, so you can continue to edit it. You could, I mean, here you can explore this as much as you'd like. For example, there's this option Scribble that lets you write on the document, so you could write like, yeah, so you could just like write stuff on it, stages. Ooh. It's kind of hard to write on stages. It's kind of hard to write with just mouse, but if you have like a digital pen or whatever, you could definitely use this scribble option and write things in, or you could write like on the side right here, interphase, mitosis, and then like in the box, in the rectangular box itself, write like the little definition of what it is. You could even, I mean, you could draw by hand. There's a lot of options of things that you could do. So get creative with this, do your best, and if you have any questions for me, let me know, and I will be happy to answer those. And I will see you guys in the next video.